Hello, I'm Fraser Clark and welcome to a Champions League special of the UWS Sports Show. In today's programme, we dissect the ins and outs of the draw for the last 8 of the Champions League with an all-English tie served up at this stage for the first time since 2011. Barcelona face Roma, Sevilla take on Bayern Munich, Juventus face Real Madrid and Manchester City will take on the only club to have beaten them in the Premier League this season, Liverpool. Meanwhile, in the Europa League, RB Leipzig have drawn Marseille, Arsenal will face CSKA Moscow, Atletico Madrid will face Sporting Lisbon, and Lazio will take on Red Bull Salzburg. I'm now joined by journalists Chris McMillan, Gary Kirkpatrick and Gregor Hines to discuss the draw. And Chris, what was the standout tie for you?
Well, I think for me the standout tie has got to be Liverpool-Manchester City. I think, like you said, it's the first all-English tie since 2011. And Liverpool were the only team to beat City in the league this season. And on top of that, I think Liverpool have been one of the teams, probably the only team that City have looked like they've really struggled to deal with this year.
Gary, is it the same for you?
Yeah, it's a fantastic tie, don't get me wrong, but and it's a great achievement for Liverpool. This is the first time they've got to this stage since 2009, so it's a great achievement and they'll look to progress. But I think Juventus and Real Madrid, that's got the X factor for me. That is proper good tie. Obviously last season's final, Real Madrid came out on top quite convincingly that time, but I think it'll be a lot closer this time. But in saying that, Real Madrid haven't really had a great season, so you're probably thinking they have more of a chance, but Real Madrid, they have the big game experience.
But I think so do Juventus as well, and I think after their performance against Tottenham, especially at Wembley, like they've got a very good chance of nullifying that Real Madrid attack.
Absolutely, yeah. They've got a great chance.
Gregor, settle this debate for us.
Well, we've not even looked at the other half of the draw. You've got Bayern Munich and Barcelona in there, two European giants against not easy opposition. I mean, you've got Roma, who have managed to get wins against Chelsea this year, which offers quite a big threat. They're quite an attacking team. And then you've got Sevilla, who dominated Man United over 2
we all know
legs.
what they did, yeah.
And as well as that, it's not like they're like complete minnows in Europe. They have dominated the Europa League for the past 3 to 4 years. So it's not like they're easy ties. You could easily see an upset coming from one of them.
Yeah, but do you think they would? Yeah, you could see that upset. I think the way Sevilla played against Man United, there's no reason why they can't cause Bayern a few problems. But then, Bayern dismantled Besiktas in the last round.
I mean, there's a difference though between a team that have been consistent in Europe like Sevilla, and actually even Bayern have been very inconsistent. They haven't been to the semi-final in 3 or 4 years. They really struggle against some of the Spanish teams, so it gives Sevilla a real chance and some hope that they can maybe get an upset there and go for the semi-finals.
Thanks very much, guys. In horse racing, it's Gold Cup Day at the Cheltenham Festival with 15 riders battling for the prestigious prize. Might Bite is the favourite at 7-2, whilst Native Rider and Arduke are priced at 11-2 and 6-1 respectively. In rugby, Scotland faced Italy in the final of the Six Nations as they kick off the early game on Saturday. The Scots were last beaten by the Italians in Rome in 2012 and will be aiming to finish an admirable Six Nations campaign on a high. Italy, meanwhile, remain winless in the tournament. And Gregor, our rugby correspondent as well, that's all set up for a Scotland defeat, surely, isn't it? A winless side away from home.
Well, the problem for Scotland has just been a massive inconsistency with their away form. At home, they've been nothing but brilliant, only losing to New Zealand in the past 2 years. But Italy's a place where they have struggled in the past. They should be getting a bonus point, looking to finish second. It'd be one of their highest finishes in over a decade. And it does put them in a good position, but they need this wins more than just being Italy and going second. It's proven that they can actually win away from home, especially with the World Cup in a year and a half being in Japan. They need to prove they can actually get some results outside of Scotland.
Are you optimistic?
You should be optimistic. They should be able to get the bonus point, but if you're looking at the fact they've only scored 13 points away from home, regardless of the fact it's Ireland or Wales, that's a big struggle, and you have to worry about the way the players played in the game with a lot of panic and almost trying to do these showboat plays when they're not even winning a game.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gregor. That's all from me. Thanks very much for joining us today.